What's up, everybody? Welcome back, man. It's your boy Difran. Before we get anything, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications every single time that I post. Without further ado, let's get right to it. So, we have a lot of things to discuss today. We got the Sauce Walker 21 Savage controversy over Uzi's Diamond, which is like probably one of the stupidest things that we're going to discuss today, but it is a story that's going on, so we're going to discuss it a little bit. We're going to talk about Cardi B's new song that just dropped up and what does it mean for her trajectory, what does it mean for her career, what does her putting out this music at this point mean for music industry today, because I'm gonna speak about TikTok and all those type of things like that. But first things first is my response to the people who may have misunderstood it. Maybe I just didn't even articulate myself completely when I was reacting to the Joe Budden Patreon announcement. We're gonna talk about that right now. So first things first, I got a lot. Like, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it was like, well, 42 dislikes maybe on that post, and I always expect to get dislikes whenever I speak about an entertainer, celebrity, or even if it was another YouTuber that has a larger fan base than me, because they're already having that built-in fan equity that they're going to get defended regardless of what it is, especially if it's going against what their original message or whatever controversial topic that it is to discuss. If it's going against them, you know you're going to get hate. That's just a thing that's smaller creators out there like that. I don't want to say hate because I hate this word hate, because a lot of people were using the word hate when they were discussing me and Joe Budden. I just want to first nip that in the bud. I'm not hating on Joe Budden's Patreon deal, right? If Joe Budden wants to go to Patreon, more power to him. I'm not saying that it's a horrible deal, it's dumb. I just didn't think the announcement of going to Patreon was warranted, because, like I said, this is pre-CEO coming out and giving a message. This is pre their Clubhouse chat that they had, Joe Budden and the CEO Jack Conte on Clubhouse. I watched that video. This was pre all that, right? This is Joe's announcement. So I'm like, I'm got the same information everybody else has while I make the video. So when I'm seeing Patreon, I'm like, well, that's not a big deal, because there's tons of creators on Patreon. Even if he is the head creator of equity, like, does that really mean anything? Because we've seen time and time again, and he stated in his video, that people get titles that don't mean anything, right? And one guy who was commenting when we was going back and forth, he brought up Master P, and I said in the interview with Master P in the Breakfast Club, Master P said it. It's like, it doesn't matter if they give you a quote-unquote seat at the table if you can't really control anything. So the real question with the whole Joe Budden thing is, does he have actual control at Patreon? And that's just something that we're going to have to see 1 to 2 years down the road. It's really nothing that we can look at right now and see if that's something. So I just want to play Jack Conte. Like I said, he did say that Joe Budden does have stock in the company. Let's take a listen.
So not only is Joe bringing his podcast and the Joe Budden Network to Patreon, but we also made him an advisor. We gave him equity, stock in the company itself.
Okay, so that's pretty much all. That was the main point, because everybody was like, he has stock, he has stock, he has stock. Having stock in the company doesn't necessarily always mean something, right? We don't know how much stock he's getting in the company. We don't know what that stock would mean to him pre-IPO. We don't know what none of that stuff means. It sounds good because, like I said, Joe Budden is such a great talker. He's such a great orator, whatever it is, that when he speaks, people listen and they kind of fall in line with whatever he says. So that was really my main point. Like, what does it mean? What is it going to do? I don't think it really means too much, but we will see. So people took that as hating just because I'm going against what everybody believes and what everybody likes. I don't think it's hating, but that's what everybody thinks. So then we go on to me seeing Joe Budden asking, hey, what do you guys think about the Patreon deal? What do you guys think? I see a lot of people say they're not going to pay for it. I see a lot of people say that they're cool with the amount of content they're getting right now. Unless they're putting something wild and crazy on top of their Patreon, there's no point in getting into it. And one of my points was, why not just create your own platform, right? That was my thing when it was regards to Joe Budden. Why didn't you go, like Dame Dash has his own quote-unquote Netflix type of app, right, where he puts his own original scripted content on it. And I think I'm getting mixed up with what different business ventures are, because I think I was holding Joe Budden to a certain standard, and I can even admit this. Like, I was holding him to a certain standard just because when I hear ownership, I'm thinking that, okay, he's going to do everything on his own. He's going to create his own brands. Like, I was comparing it to other conservative radio media companies that I've seen that have done their own paywall, who have created their own content behind the paywall, and it seems to be working successfully. That's what I thought I was going to do. And then when you see him partner with Patreon, it just seems like, okay, he's partnered with someone else. Again, Complex complaining about that. Spotify complaining about that. But Patreon, okay, this quote time, he has stock and he has like an actual official title. But then we'll still have to see what comes of this, because what do people say 2 years from now, 1 year from now, when Joe Budden leaves or nothing comes from his position at Patreon? Then they'll be like, well, it was this, because they don't care about creators. No, Patreon is the creator platform. They're the ones who care the most. So with that aspect of it, we'll have to see what happens. Joe did even like my post whenever I posted on Twitter. I just put, why the Joe Budden podcast going to Patreon doesn't actually mean anything. You see right there, Joe Budden likes your tweet. I don't think he liked it because he liked anything I was saying. Maybe he didn't even watch the video. I don't know. But that was just interesting when I seen it, Because like I said, there's no malice. There's no hate. I don't have a problem with Joe Budden. I like the show. He's one of the best podcasts out there. So my thing was just probably putting him in a different light than probably what path he's trying to go down. From what I'm seeing, he's more trying to go down, what do you say, for creators and what people want to see, or to help creators along the way and try to get them the correct, proper compensation. That's a long conversation now, because it also goes into how much are things actually worth to platforms. Like, let's just say YouTube, for example. Okay, you're not getting your worth on YouTube. To get money on YouTube, you have to get views, ads have to put on your videos, and you'll get X amount of dollars depending on how many ads you get, what type of ads are on your videos, right? Then you have to think, is your content more beneficial to YouTube, the platform, than are you more beneficial for them, or are they more beneficial for you? And for most people, YouTube is more beneficial for them, because that's the place that has all the eyeballs. That's the platform that has everybody there. If you were to leave out, if Joe Budden was to leave YouTube, right, never post on YouTube again, and left, his followers would still watch YouTube. So how much should you be paid at a place where you don't bring as much value as you think you do? That was my only thing, right? And people say, oh, that's because you don't know your worth, you don't know your value. And that's just business, right? But anyways, what other points did I have in regards to this Joe Budden topic, right? Then I posted the update, because I at first he didn't say nothing about having stock. I didn't read anything. People kept saying there was articles about stock information. You look at every article, it says nothing about him having stock. Then Jack Conte comes out and says what the video I just played, he has stock. So I put an update on the video. I said, update, Jack Conte came out, CEO of Patreon, says that Joe Budden has stock in Patreon. So I look at that as a win. If it's $1 billion company, even if he has 1% stock, that's still $10 million worth of Patreon if it goes to IPO, or if he wants to sell his share whenever it goes public. Like, that's a big chunk of change he can get from that, right? Then people's, oh, you're backtracking. You want to backtrack now? I bet you're embarrassed. I'm like, I'm not embarrassed when new information arises, because, like y'all say, I'm hating. If I was hating, I would make up a different story. I would say something conspiratorially, and I'd be like, oh, he did that because Joe Budden told him, hey, man, it's not looking good. People aren't really feeling the patriarch. Can you tell him I got stock? I feel like if I said that, then I could be seen as a hater. But if new information is presented and I present that new information, I feel like that makes me more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not non-biased. I'm not biased. I don't have a horse in the race either way. But I don't even say like a good journalist, 'cause I'm not a journalist. I'm just here talking shit, kicking it, just having conversation about shit that's going on. But I don't know what the word is. But that would be that. So I posted it, and I got flagged for that. But I don't really, you got to understand that when, like I said in the beginning, when you going, I don't even say going against, because it seems so combative. When you're speaking on somebody else that has a bigger platform, and you might disagree or not see fully what they're doing, and you speak about it on your platform and you're smaller, it's gonna be bad for you, right? There's gonna be a bunch of people, you're stupid, you don't know nothing. Everybody in there everybody on the comments has a master's in business. They've ran 1 million corporations. They know everything. It's YouTube motherfuckers don't know shit. These are just fans at the end of the day. And I don't want fans that just want to dick suck me all the time, right? Like, if you're subscribers just want to dick suck you all day and don't really look at things from a different point of view, then I wouldn't even want fans like that. But that's what you get when you filter them. It's kind of like the Eminem effect too. Like, when I used to do Eminem videos, when I do reaction, I'd be like, shit ain't that good. They'll flood in they'll kill you. But then you'll have another creator who's maybe bigger than you that has that fan equity with fans that are already, what's the word I'm looking for? Fans that are already invested into them. Then you'll see the ratio different, even if I'm saying the exact same thing. So that's just me needing to push further and create fan equity, and then we get better discussions. And that's what this channel is for me at the end of the day. It's a discussion thing. Most people in the comments, they want to be right. They want to try to prove you wrong. They want to own you. They want to. If you have information that I didn't have and you tell me that, I don't look at like, oh, damn, oh, fuck, I got to. Oh, appreciate that new information. I'll take that in. It may adjust my opinion. It may not adjust my opinion, or it may just adjust my opinion. I am flexible with my opinion and things I think with the information that's presented to me. So that's really all I got for that. So salute. We'll see what happens with the Patreon advisory role and things like that. And I also see myself like getting in the middle of like trying to defend Charlamagne. There's like, well, he only owns 51%. It's like all this shit's really stupid when you think about it, because all these dudes are millionaires. All these guys are making money. They're all just going different paths because there are a million ways to skin this media cat. You could look at every media entity that there is. You could look at The Ringer. Who's to tell Bill Simmons that he's not successful? He sold his whole company to Spotify, or at least his whole podcast part of his company, I'm assuming, to Spotify. $300 million, he gets a $100 million check. Who's to tell him that he did it the wrong way? Charlamagne goes 50-50 with iHeart. I don't know how much money they get from that deal. I don't know the ins and outs of that deal. Who's to tell Charlamagne that he's wrong for partnering with iHeart? Right? I seen a guy comment on things saying that Joe Budden is the black male Oprah. But if you look at Oprah's deal when she opened her own network or her own channel, she was partnered with the Discovery Channel. So at the end of the day, all businesses are partnering. Facebook guy, I don't even think Facebook guy owns the majority shares of his company anymore. He might, but I'm just saying there's plenty of people who own companies that are big parts. Let's just say another media company. I don't need you to keep it to media. Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy. I think he only owns 10% of Barstool Sports, but he's the face. He's the founder. He's reaping the benefits of it. And look what Barstool Sports is able to do. So I think I'm going to take myself out of that lens of, okay, Joe Budden has to do these certain things for me to consider him an actual owner and actual doing this. Because if Joe Budden wants to create his network and sell 51% of it to, let's say HBO, or not even HBO, just one of these big investment groups, right? And they're able to funnel in hundreds of millions of dollars, and Joe Budden is to be able to stay the face of his network and create something like Barstool where they have hundreds of shows, tons of content, loyal fan base. Then is he really losing at the end of the day because he doesn't own the majority shares of that company? Or is he still being able to help people, put people in positions, give people shows? So I think as far as this conversation, even like just moving forward, when it comes to owning things or being owners, there's a million ways to skin a cat. I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. And I'm not necessarily backtrapping either. The initial statement I made with the initial information I gave, I still stand by. Like, going on Patreon isn't that big of a deal. It's just not. Because any regular Joe Schmo can get on Patreon. Him having an advisory role, pre-stock, I thought it may have been a fluff thing. I don't take that back. I mean, now I do know that he doesn't have stock. But my initial video with the information that I had and what I was able to decipher through the conversation, I don't take that back at all. So, and like the end of the day, I still appreciate everybody who's watching, liking, commenting, disliking. It doesn't matter to me. It's all conversation for me at the end of the day, right? And whether you liked it, disliked it, I'm just glad that whatever I said made you feel something. And it doesn't really affect anybody at the end of the day. What you think, what I think, what he thinks, what whoever thinks, doesn't affect nobody. But that's all I got for that. Like I said, this is a long-term thing. We'll see what happens because people were telling me on the comments, Patreon is going to turn into YouTube. And if you sign to Patreon, like people just saying off the wall shit that doesn't make any sense. Patreon is a platform where creators put content exclusive, bonus, or even might put their content on that platform. And they have people that pay to get behind that paywall and view that content. There are a lot of creators on there that make a ton of money. I think the top creator on there is called like Chapo Truck Stop or something like that. And he's a podcast from what I read. And he has 36,000 patrons. So we'll see the level that Joe Budden can push Patreon to with bringing himself on the platform. Obviously, he's made people more aware of Patreon who probably weren't aware of it before. So that's an added plus for Patreon in that aspect. And maybe that holds more value than whatever he has in stock. Because that's some people saying he got 10%, 15%. Like, I don't think an advisor would get that much stock without them seeing some kind of bump within the announcement. So maybe that's contingent. Like, at the end of the day, we do not know the details behind these things. Everything we do is speculation. Everything we do is just reacting off of the information that we're given And that's what I did, and that's all I had to say. But I like videos like that. I like videos that create conversation. Nobody wants to put out a video and get nothing. Like if you put out a video and you get no likes, even if you get, say you get 1,000 views on something, but you get a couple likes, couple dislikes, but no conversation started, then it's like, fuck. I'd rather have 1,000 comments and no likes and dislikes just to see what other people think about the situation that's being spoken on. So that's all I got for that. Let's move on to other things that are going on. So 21 Savage and Sauce Walka got into a kind of a little thing yesterday due to Clubhouse. Once again, Clubhouse is either getting people in trouble, getting people talked about, or is exposing a lot of things going on in the industry. So 21 Savage said this about Sauce Walka and his comments about pretty much like his face piercings compared to Uzi's face piercings.
Sauce Walka do the same thing though? Don't Sauce Walka got a diamond in his head too? Or is it in his
Sauce
face?
Walka, I think Sauce Walka got Cuban zirconia.
He got teardrops.
This shit wild. Why they jump?
All right, so that's pretty much what he said. Then Sauce Walka came and he made his response in typical Sauce Walka fashion.
But you do know who I'm talking about. Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you. You don't want me to expose you. Selling that weed.
All right, so that's the Sauce Walka response. So all in all, it's one of the dumbest things on the internet, right? Uzi has a big ass diamond. Is it $24 million? Is it not? People are discussing that. That's what everybody's talking about. Is the diamond really $24 million? If Uzi is in fact walking around with a $24 million diamond on his forehead, he's an idiot. That's just a fact. Because you have all the security in the world, but whenever people who are poor think that they have a come up on you and it's that accessible, it's not like a chain. I got to come. I mean, I guess it is like a chain because you'd have to still grab it, pull it, snatch it. But you don't know what kind of danger you put yourself in with a $24 million diamond on your head. I seen a lot of people trying to dispute the fact that it was a $24 million diamond. Some people, maybe two, maybe three. Regardless, it's expensive. Even if it was $2 million, like let's say it was $2 million diamond. Are we gonna act like that's not still a stupid, crazy amount of money to have placed in the middle of your forehead? And then you're seeing the pictures of Uzi with the diamonds bleeding, going down his head. So it doesn't look like the diamond thing is really gonna work out for Uzi in the long term. It was cute. It was cool for the time being. It got a whole bunch of media attention. A lot of people are watching him at the moment. Not saying that he needs the attention, but everybody wants a little bit of attention, especially if you're an artist, a musician, and you're in this game. You want people to give you attention somewhat. But anyways, back to 21 Savage and Sauce Walka. So they did overall squash the beef from what it looks like, right? So Sauce Walka released the DMs between them two. And let me see what clip that is. Clip number 2. So it said, son, no, I don't want no smoke, gang. That's what 21 Savage tweeted, sent a message to Sauce Walka. Like, all right, bro, this is like whatever. I said this shit was cubic zirconium, but it's whatever. And then Sauce Walka, but that's what Sauce Walka posted. He didn't post the entire conversation. This, what I'm showing you, is what 21 Savage posted after Sauce Walka originally posted whatever he posted. So now it says, don't do that, blood. LOL, you know I'm a funny motherfucker. I still remember little 21 running with Maybach Hot in 2015. I had 60K on my neck in Atlanta. All something, they blurred that out. You remember. Maybe it's just something, I don't know. He got a beef with Young Thug. Maybe I'm just assuming it got something to do with that. We good, bird. But you almost was a new Instagram sauce classic. That ain't for us, LOL. All that shit ugly, bruh. You can't get mad. I ain't gonna call you no bitch ass nigga. The gang that's gone. I can't read. This shit's too small. That's some mo shit. Exactly why I post an old rant video before shit go there amongst actual gangsters. But you threw my name in the blender. So yeah, Sauce Walka has a right to respond. Like if your calling is, I'm the diamond guy, I got the money, I got this first, I did this, I did that. If someone says, hey, he got cubic zirconia on his face, I guess you kind of got to step out of your element and you got to let them know, hey, that's not cubic zirconia. That's real. So that's where it really gets dicey between them two. But from what it looks like, everything is mended. Everything is all back to normal. Because if that would have got out of hand, could you imagine like Sauce Walka and 21 Savage clash as over like Lil Uzi versus Pearson and who did it first and who did this? Uzi posted that, what's his name? I love his verse on Grove Street, buddy. Lil B. He posted that Lil B was his inspiration behind getting the big diamond on his forehead. But yeah. So I don't really give a fuck about that. This is a dumb. Like, there's a hit like, and we're gonna talk about this when we talk about Cardi B's music and her song. But like the shit that just goes on in the hip hop, like the things people fight about, the things that people want to be known for, just are like the stupidest shit. Or maybe I'm just seeing the stupid shit all the time. Like the shit that I'm seeing is just stupid shit. Like today, they put out a video of Meg Thee Stallion the other night while she was doing like the new thing for, I don't know, I've only seen female artists doing it so far. Cardi B did it last night with her video up. Meg Thee Stallion did it with Crybaby. They go on YouTube Live and then they talk to their fans. Oh yeah, let's get ready. We're gonna watch it together. Then they watch the video. The Baby was on there. And then it looked like when they said bye, he might have said like ugly ass bitch or she's ugly. But when I listen to it, it don't sound like too much of nothing. But the person put that he said that in the like video, you know, like on TikTok, you put the words on there. They put that up there. So now everybody's running with it. I see YouTube videos, shaded Megan. Oh my God, he's a bad friend. And maybe that's why he's doing the music with Tory Lanez. It's like a whole bunch of shit. And all of it's just stupid shit. I'm ready for, I am begging, I'm pleading for the people. I need to go listen to that new Fred, what the fuck is his name? Freddie Gibbs and Schoolboy Q song, because maybe that'll bring me some solace in the music industry. I need artists of a certain caliber to drop music to get me back into the mood of music, like, because at this point, we're just reaching for shit, right? What the fuck is his name? Carl Cherry, the guy from Spotify, he tweeted out that this has been the worst time in music from October last year to now in February. There's been nothing going on in music. There's been nothing inspiring going on. And at a certain point, I agree, but I think 21 Savage did drop his album. Between that song, that was a bright spot. But besides that, ain't too much shit going on. Now, I will be listening to Shiesty Season today. Pooh Shiesty dropped the album. I listened to the first 4 songs, and I gotta lie, I'm not saying he's a musical genius. I'm not saying that he's bringing me back. He's saving me to get back into the mood to listen to new music and all that shit. But it's pretty promising from what I'm hearing. So I want to roll into Cardi B, right? So I need some water. Cardi B did drop Up, right? She started teasing it at the beginning of the week with this cover art. And then she announced that it'll be dropping today, and there'll be a music video for it. So last night she did her thing. You know, like I said, the women, they do their little YouTube stuff, and they count down with their fans, and they put out the music video. So I've been interested to see Cardi B put out a new song since WAP, because WAP, it didn't feel like it was a big like moment, and it's a big song culturally, if you want to say that it's a big song culturally, just because of the controversy I feel like that's surrounded it. But is that a song that's gonna like put Cardi B to another level, right? And I don't think it is. I feel like with the influx of female rappers, it's not looking too great for Cardi B. Because regardless of what you think about Cardi B, she, to me, is not a rapper or a musician. She's a big personality and a big entertainer that gets fed music, right? I don't know if she writes her music, even if she does maybe write some of it. I'm sure it gets polished up by labels and people, and we put it together, and I'm sure it's packaged that way, right? Where does this leave her with the other female rappers on the come up? Because you can't, it's easy to put out like mid-quality music whenever it's just you, right? Because it was Nicki, and then Remy Ma did the Sheether, which left the door open, and that Remy Ma was going to bust through. But Cardi B ended up busting through that with Bodak Yellow. She got the fame. Her album came out at one rap Grammy of the year, all that good stuff like that. And then she was on, right? And it was really only her in that time that was getting a lot of recognition. Obviously, there was Rap City and this, but if you think about it, whenever the VMA was at the American Music Awards, because I remember I did a video on this, the best female rappers at that Music Awards was Nicki, who really ain't dropped shit, Cardi, and Bad Baby. So that just tells you what that landscape was at that time when Cardi was bubbling. Now, you got Meg, you got Mulatto, you got Flo Milli, you got what's her name? Chica? What's her name? She's on the cover of the Double XL Fresh cover. You got the City Girls. You got all these people now that people have to choose from to listen to. Sweetie, all these people to choose from that you want to listen to. Cardi B can't afford to be putting out low quality, low grade music. I don't feel like. Because eventually people will be like, okay, we like her. She's nice. She's funny. This is not taking nothing away. She's nice. She's cool. Whatever. She's funny. But the music just ain't hitting like it was when it was just you out. Now I have the option to go listen to a Flo Milli, who I might actually like. I have the option to go listen to Mulatto, who's actually putting out really good music. Her mixtape or whatever she dropped at the end of last year, really good. We got to make the Stallion. Regardless of how people feel about Meg, I know they're indifferent. The Tory Lane stuff kind of tainted her image. I don't know why, but it's kind of tainted her image, and people are kind of on the downtrend of Megan Thee Stallion. Like, that's still there, and she's still putting out high-quality music. And then there goes Nicki Minaj, who is just kind of got back in that limelight. Like, for some reason, people are starting to, like, peel back the things they used to say about Nicki. Nicki's starting to get way more appreciation, and I'm sure at some point within this year, maybe in the top of next year, this year just started, but she's going to be coming with music as well. So how long can Cardi B put out low quality music? Like this, I'm going to start being honest. Like this song isn't good. Up is not a good record, right? We're in the generation now of get somebody really hot, get them a good fan base. People love her. She's cool. I'm sure if I hung out with her, she's a nice girl. And then when they drop something, merch, projects, whatever, we're going to put all our dollars behind it. We're going to drive those fans to go and purchase, stream, listen, whatever they can do for that song, get it high, get a bunch of money off that one thing, cash grab type shit. And then we're going to go on to the next thing, right? We're on the next project. This song might not have an impact. It might even get radio play because I'm sure she's going to get all the promo in the world. Apple, Spotify, all the playlists, everything she's going to get there, right? She's the golden girl for hip hop right now, right? Her and Meg, right? Maybe her more because she has a bigger following. Her fans are more crazy about her. That's what it is. She has a big fan base, right? And the fans probably don't even think that the music is that great, but they want to see their person that they like so much win, so they'll go out of their way to make sure that she wins. Like, you'll stream this song 1,000,000 times. You'll set up 10 phones and stream it just so that it'll go number one, but do you actually like the music? Like, do you really like the music? Now, of course, some people, yes, I love it. It's crazy. It's amazing. But do you really like it? Or is it just there's nothing out there that's really of any caliber, so this is just what you have to settle for? I feel like in the music space, we're on the verge of just having to settle for shit, right? The days of these songs and just this should be in timeless and classics. It seems like musically that's going down the drain. Even with these new, you love Lil Baby, you love these guys, but like when you look at some of the I feel like I sound like such an old motherfucker because maybe these kids, they love this shit. Like maybe to the younger, like the 16, 15s, like these songs to them are like they're timeless classics. But just sonically, it don't sound like the music people that I grew up. And I grew up in the Drake kid. Like those people, I feel like I sound like the old niggas who be like Jay-Z, like these guys aren't Jay-Z. I feel like I sound like that. But to me it's the truth. Maybe that's what those guys were talking about when they were saying that thing. And maybe in 15 years when these kids say, oh my God, these guys aren't like Youngboy and Rod Wave and Lil Baby, whatever, maybe that's going to be them too. But anyways, the song is cool. The video is obviously high quality production. They're going to do that because, like I said, Cardi's an entertainer, and people need to see her more than they need to listen to her. When they see her, they get excited, right? When they see her on her videos, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Look at the looks. Oh my gosh, she's snapping. Da-da. They love it. But musically, I don't think it's that great. I do feel like with the influx of female rappers as well, that has, and I'm not comparing, and at no point now am I comparing Cardi straight to Nicki, right? Because it's more than people. I'm comparing Cardi to Meg. Is she better than Mulatto? Is she better than Sweetie? Now we can actually have that conversation about female rappers without people like, why are you pitting everybody against each other? Because we do it with the men. Like, is Lil Baby better than, I did a whole tier list of like the street rappers reacting to academics list. Like, now we can do that without having to put them against one person. Is she better than her or she better than her? No, I'm putting you against the whole class. And if you can't stack up musically with this whole class that's there now, then I don't think that your music's that great. But the fandom in the celebrity is so high that she will survive and she will be able to stay within the music industry. But we'll see, maybe her album will have some different things. Maybe this is one of those singles because let's be honest, my guy Drake, he doesn't drop the greatest singles that people loved. He dropped Tootsie Slide for TikTok and he did this. So I don't want to be a hypocrite in that aspect because now I'm looking at Cardi's song. She just dropped it and it's already got a TikTok dance. Like how did TikTokers make these dances so fast? This shit's pre-planned. They've already got it set up. Okay, this is the formula to making a hit record in today's hip hop. Put out the song, get the TikTokers to dance to it. It's gonna blow up. They're gonna do this dance for about a month. The stream's gonna go crazy. You might go number 1, top 10, whatever. And then once we've collected all the revenue from this, we can move on to the next thing. And no music really lasts. Like, look at that, the Erica Banks girl, right? Bust It, nobody knows any of the words. Nobody knows any of the verses. They know that TikTok part. And now we moved on to what? Silhouette Challenge. Now we got Doja Cat. Now Doja Cat's different. She has a big fan base. She's actually really talented. I'm not saying Erica Banks isn't really talented, but Doja Cat is solidified her standing at this point. She's had #1 records. Even if they did become TikTok smash, like Say So, those are really still really good records that people know the words to and people know what's going on with that. But anyways, that's all I got for the Cardi B thing. We'll see what happens. I just don't think the music's that great. And people going to say, oh, well, it's not for you. It's not supposed to be for you. I get it. When she says, broke niggas don't get no pussy, they don't. That's going to be the tweet that everybody tweets. It's going to be the caption for everybody's caption. That's going to be the part of the song that people remember the most. And a part of making music is getting that thing that people are going to be attached to because you want them to remember something from the song. I just don't think that it's the greatest music. I feel like in this time of female rappers that have coming up, it has made people really have to appreciate Nicki Minaj standing in the game and what Nicki Minaj brings to the game and who Nicki Minaj is to the rap game. Because these female rappers now, they are good, they're talented, they're making waves, they're making good music. The females are into it, everybody's having a good time. That's great. I'm not a grandpa here. Get off my lawn, you guys can have a good time. That's great, right? I like some of the City Girl shit, and they ain't even talking shit to me. But I like the City Girls. JT on Said Some remix when she started off, I don't know that fucking part word for it. I love it. But I feel like Nicki Minaj is going to start getting her flowers because she can actually, as far as rapping, I'm talking about rapping now. Maybe these other girls, they don't care about rapping. They want to be like swag rappers. They want to be like tricking raptresses or whatever. That's fine. Get your money. I don't care about people wanting to get their money. I don't care. Nobody has to want to be #1 rapper. That's fine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Because people get that misconstrued. Well, they don't want to be rappers. I'm not saying they want to be #1 rappers. I'm just talking about for what it is. Nicki Minaj is like here, and everybody else is here, right? So that's all I got for that. Just go, no hating, because people think you hate when you don't. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't think it's up to par as far as the hype around it. That's what I believe, as far as that goes with Cardi B. So more New York rappers who are feeding off of the hype, which is these numbers that I'm about to talk about are, to me, is insane, right? So 6ix9ine's back. Right, I know everybody. Oh, no, we hate him. You know that SpongeBob meme where it's like they're like talking and it's like he's coming and oh my God, who is it? And they start like he's the darndest creature in the sea. That's 6ix9ine when he starts coming back into the music scene. So this is a clip that he dropped. It is a snippet from music that I'm sure he's gonna be dropping very soon because 6ix9ine doesn't do things uncalculated. Say what you want to say about him. Snitch, rat, hoe ass nigga, bitch, whatever. When he starts to move on social media, he's calculated with the moves that he makes. So this is a snippet of a song that he's dropping soon, I'm sure.
Boom, boom, yeah, hot shit, really pop shit. When we shot shit, you got really drop shit. Who got the keys to the locks? Who up in the pop shit? Gotta be all up on my dick like this gon' make a profit. Hand my da-da. She go bananas, all people girls here, bang, Google, Gaga, la-da-da. Shorty hit him, make him do the cha-cha-cha. Nah. I don't want the block, I want the Zaza. Are you dumb? You ain't spin the block, you a damn block, suck a dick. You ain't kill shit, you let your man stop. You don't feel that shit, cause we was killing shit. Remember that when we was hearing shit, I wanna reminisce. Look, little shorty got the body, yaddy. You know she gave me slappy toppy in the Maserati. Are you dumb? Where could it not come? Are you dumb?
All right, so that was that. So a couple things about 6ix9ine, right? The tattoos are horrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the 6ix9ines all over the body initially were horrible, but now with the colors and the little flower, like now he just fucked himself up like completely, right? That's just my first observation. The back tat though, the 6ix9ine on the back with the shark, that hella clean. That's just my first observation. He's growing up. He's got the beard now. It's looking kind of full, but the music. 6ix9ine is able to just make noises, like got the Gerber baby, Google Gaga, got the mouth that, like he's able to do that. And for some reason, every time he makes music, it kind of sounds good. Like Funk Flex said this too. He's like, damn, that shit kind of slide. But I mean, I'm not gonna play it, but that shit sound kind of good. For some reason, the sound that he's cultivated and he's made for himself just sounds good. Regardless if you like him now. I know everybody hates him. He's a snitch, he's a bitch, whatever. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But it's musically. it sounds good. And I know I'm gonna sound crazy because like you just said Cardi B and this music wasn't, and then you say this is. I'm talking about for the level. Like we know 6ix9ine ain't no good at music, right? But people praise Cardi B like she's great at music. I know he's not good, but for some reason, I don't know if it's the beat. I don't know if the beat with his flow and the way I don't know what it is, but it sounds good. I'm sure when it comes out, it's going to have millions of views. I'm sure when the video comes out, that's going to go crazy. That's going to go super viral. I thought that 6ix9ine was done. I thought people were done with listening to him. I think this hiatus for him was a good thing for him because, like I said in the beginning, music has kind of been boring. 6ix9ine brings the energy back to the internet as far as music goes. That's not what when I was saying it. That's not what I meant. I wasn't saying bring 6ix9ine back to give me the vibe and the energy. I'm talking about like let the heavy hitters start dropping music. Like let the Kendricks, let the Drake, like let these people start dropping music. That scissor drop, like that's what I meant. I mean, like let these people start dropping music, but he's bringing that viral meme culture type of energy back to the internet. And when I looked at the video when it first came out, it came up on my social media feed. I was just like, people said this guy was done, but look at these numbers. The video was out for 38 minutes. Think 38 minutes. It was out. The video had 3 million views. It had, what was it? 100,000 comments. And I don't know how many likes it had because, you know, in videos it shows the views, not the likes, right? So I'm sure it had millions of likes as well. It had 3 million views. That's going to show, like, this guy, he's going to be fine. I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know if he could do this for the rest of his life. Like, I don't think that he can be 40 years old and pop back out and do some things and get away for a little while and pop back out. I don't think that's going to happen. But as far as probably for this year, if he can get maybe a couple features, if people aren't too scared to get on the track with him anymore, if he can kind of tone down, like the King Von, when King Von died and he made that tweet, that wasn't a good look. I get it. These guys would laugh at you if you got killed. I get it. But that's cultural. As messed up as it sounds, that's culturally acceptable because most people don't like you that are quote unquote in the culture. They don't like you. So we did to Von and look tasteless. Even if they did to him, and me just taking myself out of what the masses think, I seen 6ix9ine get killed, and I see people laughing, oh, rat dead, I don't think that's some sucker shit. Because I don't think that wishing death on anybody is a good thing, right? I look at that, that's corny and whack too. Regardless if it was like 6ix9ine died and King Von said that about him, but in turn it was obviously opposite. But as far as the snippet goes, it sounds like it's gonna be one of them things. Like I listened to, I was on YouTube and I was just watching videos and it was cycling through and like some 6ix9ine shit came on, the one with Black China and the troll shit with Nicki, like. These hoes don't sound too bad after, like, just get away from the who it is and what it's about and how you feel about the guy. The music ain't that bad. Like, it ain't too much different than the shit that he was putting out when he was on fire. And I'm talking about the singles. I'm not talking about the album. The album, though, with, like, Locked Up and all that shit was trash. But the singles he puts out typically are always pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you. But, we'll see what happens. He's obviously gearing up to start coming out. She's going to go live in like a week or two. That's just going to go viral. And he's going to drop a music video. It's going to get 30 million views in the first day. Like, for some reason with him, he's able to capture people like nobody else can, right? As far as a virality of him. Like, obviously Drake is a bigger artist. But if Drake took off, I don't know what Drake got in his comments. He got some shit where, like, I guess only motherfuckers who follow him or only famous people can comment. But if Drake took that off and he dropped something, like a snippet with a song, I don't even think that would get him 3 million views, 150,000 comments. Like, he doesn't have the virality that a person like even like 6ix9ine or like, even like NBA Youngboy have as far as with the youth. But with him, he's able to translate that to music sales and music whatever. Regardless if you think about the album, only less than 50,000, that's whatever that is. I'm talking about the singles, right? But you can survive off being a big singles artist, right? And that's what the route I feel like Lil Pump tried to take, but that failed miserably for him for whatever reason. I'm just my thing is what's the science behind virality? Why does it work for 6ix9ine but it doesn't work for Lil Pump? Like what is it about those two that makes it different? But I think that's all I got, man. Kodak Black's resurfaced. That's a good thing. He's out there mingling. He was Johnny Dang, getting the grill, getting everything going. Everybody say, oh, look, the skinny Kodak's black. Kodak's black. The skinny Kodak's back, all those type of things like that. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm going to listen to some music today. We'll probably get on here tomorrow and discuss some of the music that's come out recently. Pusha Ice, the album, the Freddie Gibbs, Schoolboy Q. I seen JID drop something with Conway, I believe it said. And I did kind of hear little snippets of that Polo G song, and that sounds really good. So I'll go on there, discuss that tomorrow. But like, yeah, today's recap, we got into the Joe Budden thing, just a reaction to the response that I got from the video. And just people not being able to just have conversation. Everybody wants to be right. Everybody wants to feel like, I gotta be right. Oh, I schooled him. I'm not on here to be like, I'm not saying when I'm on here, I'm a genius. I know everything. I want to be right. I know it's how some media entities may look like they know everything. That's what I'm doing. I'm just having a conversation. You can agree, disagree, present new information. You can even, like I said, present new information. That's fine with me. But before we get out, if you're not subscribed on whatever you're on, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, make sure you do that right now. Make sure you give the video a big thumbs up on YouTube. Check out all the clips as they come out too on YouTube. Give those likes, share those. I'll see you guys next time, man.